Certainly the credit freeze has had a significant impact. The recession has had a significant impact, and certainly I think people are looking to Washington with the change of administration as to the impact both on regulatory and tax policy. And contrary to some of the earlier speakers, I think my sense is we will end up with a regulatory scheme that will make some improvements but also have some hindrances on deals going forward. I think Sarbanes-Oxley did that. I expect that the regulatory climate, there will be a paradigm shift certainly in the regulatory side that will impact even middle market transactions. As I look at it from the buy side, what we're seeing with our client base are a couple of different things. For strategics, looking at it, certainly they have the credit impact as well. If it's a transformational acquisition, they need to access the debt markets and the capital markets, and that can be challenging. But I think more importantly, and what I'm hearing sitting and listening to boards of directors talk and listening to senior management, is they simply don't have visibility. They don't have visibility. They have some sense of what the fourth quarter of this year might look like, but it's really 2009 that they are really struggling with from a business perspective. And the boards of directors now are talking about, and I've seen this now in 5 or 6 different cases, saying we want to see the worst case scenario and how the business is going to operate under those conditions, where the liquidity is going to come from, how you're going to manage the business, and how you're going to deal with it from an operational perspective. Trying to layer on a bolt-on acquisition, potentially, if it's a good company, there's still activity out there. If it's a transformational acquisition, even on the middle market basis, there's a lot more hesitancy to go forward and do that, even if the money is available, because again, they don't know what the visibility is. And until that starts to improve, I think on the buy side, from the strategic's perspective, I think the market's going to be challenging.
Thanks. I bring up the buy side, and that was where I was going to go next with David Turner, Managing Director and Head of Private Equity at Guardian. Do you see the same picture developing, as in there's no closure, there's no real visibility, and people are just kind of sitting around waiting, or what's your perspective?
I have a little different perspective. Again, from the buy side, and we're always looking for places to commit capital and place capital. And if you just one real quick statistic to sort of set the stage for the comment. Going back 3 recessions, if you look at the consecutive 2 or 3 vintage investment years after each of the recessions or down economies, this goes all the way back to the early 80s. These have been the top performing return years, both from a return multiple standpoint and also from an IRR standpoint. So if this next 4th sort of recession or down economy and who knows how long it's going to last, is any harbinger of what happened in the past, these are going to be the right years, 2009 and 2010, to actually place capital. And so my strategy for at least 2009 will be to look for certainly small and middle market opportunities where, and again, we'll probably be talking more about the details, so I won't get into individual strategies, but where there's value to be gained without necessarily the need for leverage and without the necessity for exits and liquidity right away. I think we're back into an environment where we're going to see 4- and 5-year build and hold periods again. And so I'm not looking for liquidity in 2009, but I'll tell you, I see a lot of great opportunities with some very select either restructuring or small and middle market value add type of approaches.
So have you started putting any of the money to work yet? Have you started doing deals?
I have indeed.